What's up, everybody? I am going to be learning how to code a website today. I am going to be using a tutorial video, which the link will be in the description if you guys want to follow along with me. If not, no big deal, but the link will be down there on what website I am learning on, what video, and all that good stuff. Obviously, the video is going to be playing in the background. You guys won't be able to hear it, but I will be following along very carefully. As it starts off, you have the images, just basic basic images here, and we are going to open up in a live server eventually. So just looking how it's going, we're just going to be making sure we have everything that he has, which was on his GitHub, which it looks like we do. Now we're going to start a new page, index.html, and we're going to get let's move that real quick out of images, and we are going to get a style.css. So it definitely looks like he typed a lot quicker. Messed this up already. .html. And how did he? Let's see. So in styles, we're not going to type anything right now. Let's see what he did here. Okay, he just did that, which will give you a base title test website. We'll just name that real quick. He names his a lot bigger of a thing just because his tutorial is a lot better. And then we gotta link a style sheet, which he did. How did he do that? Let's see real quick. He just there's definitely a shortcut for it. Let me just see real quick how he did that. Okay, so he just typed link as a style sheet, and we could do css/style.css, which in here's already sort of messed up because then there should be a CSS folder. So we'll just new folder CSS, and we will drag in the CSS here. So now in the meantime, we're just going to open this with a live server, which you could already sort of see from here. It has test website up here, and we have no CSS, so nothing is going to show up. What is this he is using? So he's going on a website called cdnjs.com/libraries. /libraries, so we'll go to libraries real quick, and he is typing in font awesome right here, and he's just going to click on that and copy this link tag and paste it right in here, just like so. And in the body, let's see what we are going to start off with here. By the way, guys, these are going to be about 15-minute videos, just split it up as no one's, I mean, it's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a long time to sort of get this video down. This video itself is quite long. So we started off with a nav bar. So it looks like he's going to put a nav bar in. If you guys want to know how to quick comment, it's just control and then the slant. If you this shift, this little slash. And it looks like he's going to add a, he just adds a nav, just like, no, he adds a div, my bad. Div, and let's see, so this was a div, spin a class equals Navbar. We'll just open it like that. And here. He's just going to be explaining everything in here, and he's going to do it. We're just going to put in a container here as well. And that's just going to make sure nothing really comes too close to the edges. Okay, dot h1. I'll put h1. Oh, my bad. My bad. Did that completely wrong. Let's see. So in here, dot h1. No, it's h1. My bad. h1 dot logo. Just like that. And title. We'll just call it title. And then right out of here, we're going to do a nav with a UL. My bad. A UL. And this is going to be for the pages. So a nav bar for pages. And let's see. We're going to do liahref. Get a reference, which is going to be index.html. So it's going to call the base page. And then we call this home page, just like so. I don't know. Okay, it is going to be on here. So this is going to be this is the logo, and this is obviously the home page, which will go right back to this home index. And from here, we're going to have 3 pages, so we can copy and paste this. And we could just call this one features. And this is going to go to features. And this one's going to be called docs. And name just as so, and you bring it here. You can see all this. There is not a docs.html at all. But we will be able to add that in later. Could do it right now as well if we really chose to. And just like that, I'm actually going to put this off to the side just so we could see it here and just do a little half and half action, just so you guys have an idea of what is happening. So in here, we're going to want to go to styles. And if we want to pick out a font, we can go to Google Fonts. And let me just pick out a nice decent font. Just go with Dongle here. How was that? How about that? I sort of like the light. And in here, we are going to go with this link right here. And we're gonna go to import. We're just gonna copy that import just like so and paste that in our styles. So just like this, we are going to put a box sizing, which is going to be box border. And we're going to open up this real quick. As we save, it should grab from here as well, if I'm doing this correctly. I'm going to add a little bit of padding just on the overall website, and as well as a margin of 0. That's just going to put everything into this top left. And now from here, we're going to get the body going, which is going to be font family. It's going to be font family just right here. Font family. It should actually. This dongle. And we're going to put it as a sans serif as well. And when we save, it's going to change it. looks a little messed up right now. Could go with a different font, but for right now, this will be fine. And we're going to change the color to, just put very simple, line height of 1.6. And from there, we're going to call that good enough. Now to get the URL, which is these the different page links. Oops. We are gonna list style type none, and now A, which is the actual link. We're gonna do text decoration none. Remove that underline as well, and we're gonna add this. We're gonna add the same color to it as well. Now H1, H2, and H3. Did we have H1, H2, 3? Where am I looking here? No, we have H1 right now. We have H1. My bad. H1, H2. I'm gonna bring this in right here. We're gonna do a font weight as 300, which will make it a little bolder. A line height of 1.2. Margin of 10 pixels to 0. Oops. Now P margin 10 pixels 0. And the image. So image width, this is the logo image. We could do a width of 100%. Now for our nav bar, it's going to be .navbar. We're going to add a background color of, we'll do this blue. And then color of white. Make sure I'm doing this all good and dandy here real quick. Let me just make sure I have the correct steps here. Go into this. Let me just do a quick check. Whoops. Nav bar, guys. Nav bar. There we go. And that's going to change the title to white. So yes, we are doing this all good. Doing this all good and dandy. This is going to take me a while, guys, as I'm trying to learn as well. So it's going to be a lot slower than normal here. So in here we could add a height of 70 pixels, and let's just see what that does. Okay. It's going to have home just right under it, which is fine for now. And this should also just expand too. Yes. Maybe change it to light blue so it's a little easier to see. Yeah, it's a lot easier to see. So back over here, we are going to just change that real quick. And let's see what we can do. So now let's worry about the dot container, which we could have a max width of 1100 pixels and a margin of 0 auto. And now when we expand it, let's see. Yes. after it gets past that, it's just going to stay here, even if you keep expanding it, because that's the max it can go. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. And then we could change this to overflow auto. Which puts it a little bit up, padding of 0, 40 pixels. It's going to give us that low padding to go in a little bit, so it's not exactly on that left side of the page. Now text coming in. We will want home and everything to be on this nav bar. So what we are going to do, we're going to hop in here. We're going to look at the nav, and in container, we're going to put container flex and add a .flex option inside of the CSS, which is going to be display, as, let's see, give me a second. Display flex. You know what? That would have made a lot of sense. Okay, now we have the home features and all of that over here. Very, very simple. And we're going to do a flex direction of column. And that just shows how we can do all that. We're going to actually remove this, add a justify content center. That's going to push everything into this middle part. And from here, we're going to align items center. And above here, we're going to flex direction, column. And now everything is directly in the center. Let's just comment out this flex direction for right now. Now we know how that works, so that's fine. So now everything's sort of in this middle part now. And from here, we can add a maximum height, but we're going to give it 100%. Take up that whole nav bar, just puts it all in there. See if we didn't have that, just makes it a little cleaner. Now we have a little scroll wheel here too. And let's see what we got here. For justified content under centered, we're going to put this to space between. Okay, which now makes the links all the way to the right, which is fine. Sort of what we want. A little bit. And let's see what we got here. So we are going to add a .navbar .flex. And in here, we're going to copy this space between so that in here, we could just put center. And let's see what else we got here. We're going to add a Navbar UL. Display as flex, which is going to keep them all aligned in a line. nav bar once again, A, and from here we're going to do color of white. We could do padding of 10 pixels, which should space them out a little bit, yes. And we could do a margin of 0 to 5 pixels. I'm going to push it in just a little bit more. And one more. Oh, and a hover. Okay, so nav bar, a hover. And we could do border bottom, 2 pixels, white, solid. Okay. So now you see when we hover over it, it does have that little white line under it. I'm going to do a few things to change on my end, as I'm not directly copying the video. I'm just sort of making it a little bit how I want it as well. So what I'm going to do is actually change the font weight to 600, and let's see. Oops. And we could change in here. We'll add font size. Let's just test some things out. Okay, so obviously that's a little too small. We need to make everything a little bit bigger here. So we'll just edit this in the body, I guess. Font size as, we'll just change everything to just do 20 pixels. That just makes it a little easier for me to see, as well as you guys. But that's gonna be the first video, just getting this this basic stuff down. Learn how to make a nav bar, as well as do a little CSS and make everything look a little better. Next video is going to be a continued version of this, so this is just going to be part 1. So if you want to keep watching with me, go right ahead. If you want to do it on your own, the link of the video I am watching will be in the description.